This is Anthony Schreiber, the original vehicle hunter, back with another episode of Driveway Confidential. In this case, we'll call it Patio Confidential, as I'm on the back patio where I have stored a fiberglass camper. If you've watched my channel before, you know fiberglass campers are one of the objects of my affection. And I usually stick with Scamp and Casitas because of the price point. This one is a Layout 7. This is a highly sought after model because for a small camper, it can fit 5 people. Now granted, for comfort, some of those 5 people have to be children, but it's a really good upgrade on a tent. On a tent, you can get rained out. You have to set up, so if you get to the campground late and it's dark, it's hard to set up. Wind is a problem. With this camper, you can pack it the night before, you can show up at midnight, you're ready to go. So if you view this camper as an upgrade on a tent, that's where your mind should be at. It is not a house on wheels. It is not, you know, a 30 or 40 foot camper with slides that's going to give you the comfort of home. It's going to improve upon a tent. It will mean your camping will never get rained out. And I'll show you the inside, but on the top you can see you've got air conditioning up there, so that helps in hot weather camping. You've got a skylight and you've got a fantastic fan. So lots of creature comforts right off the bat. Propane up front, which will power the 2-burner stove. Opening up the door, we do have a screen door here to keep the bugs at bay, so that's a nice feature. Right here you have bunk beds, and this is normally where in a camper this size there would be a bathroom, but instead here we've got bunk beds. That bed is a single dinette folded down into a bed. That's where you would put the table. And then in the back there's the quote-unquote double bed that folds down or folds into a dinette that can hold 4 people. So for sleeping, this dinette folds down and holds 2 people. For eating, it can hold 4 people. Side dinette can hold 2 people. For sleeping, it only holds 1. And then you've got the bunk beds. So sleep 2 in your bunk, 1 in your side dinette, 2 in your back dinette. You've got sleeping arrangements for 5 people. Now there's no storage above the back dinette, gives it a more open appearance. You do have a 2-burner stove, you do have a sink, 2 storage cabinets under the sink. You've got a dorm style refrigerator in here, a little bit of storage under it, storage above it. Sometimes people will put a microwave up here. They do not travel with a microwave. You've got storage below the bunk beds, storage below this dinette, a little bit of storage as well as your electrical panel, air conditioning, your skylight / emergency exit, and your fantastic fan. You've got your fire extinguisher, lots of lighting here, a little net for storage, electrical outlet. So there's a lot packed into this very small footprint. This is a 16-foot Scamp, but in fiberglass campers, the tongue counts as part of the size. So a 16-foot camper is really a 13-foot box. So it's not a huge camper, and you can fit a lot of folks in there. What you don't want to do is imagine that you're going to go and live your life inside of the camper. The camper is going to be for sleeping and for getting out of the rain. You're going to want to have a picnic table nearby, probably do your cooking and hanging out outside, but have a beautiful camper to retreat to for sleep and for foul weather. And this one probably weighs about 1,800 pounds, so it's very easy to tow. And because it's a fiberglass camper, it is not very prone to leaking. The only place you usually have leaks is where there's penetrations in the roof. So as long as you keep those caulked, the penetrations in this roof, because there's no bathroom vent. So the penetrations are where the air conditioner sits, where the skylight sits, and where the fantastic fan sits. Other than that, you've got a top shell and a bottom shell, just like the old pantyhose containers. And they're held together by this belt line. And that fiberglass construction is very durable. And typically, unless the camper is a complete basket case, it's hard to find one under $10,000. So these things hold their value really well. It's the type of camper you can buy, use it for a couple of years, and usually sell it for what you put into it. That's if you buy it used. New, you might take a little bit of a haircut. But if you buy one used, you get to use it for a few years, you sell it used, they're typically not going to dip below $10,000 in value.